Alright, welcome back, NAMS class. We are in section 11.1. This is the last video for section 11.1, the fourth one. So, these are just basic, simple examples of percent problems that are going to come to you, and you're going to see they're really easy. There are three words you need to understand to get to them. So, here we go. Important words in math. When we use the word is in math, like, I don't know, x is 5, or, your age is 12, is the same thing as an equal sign. So essentially, anytime you see is in a problem, make it an equal sign. Simple. Of is the same thing as multiplication. So I say we need 13% of 20 bucks. You multiply 13% times 20 because of is multiplication. Simple. And the last one, you need to know what you are looking for will be represented by a variable, and we are going to use x in this case. So we're going to use that to decode these problems, right? What is 12% of $50? We start with what we're looking for. What? That's what we're looking for, and we said what we were looking for is represented by x. So, where the word what is, I'm going to put an x. Next, is. We said is the same thing as an equal sign. So where the word is, I'll write an equal sign. 12% of, we said of was the same thing as multiplication. So where there's an of, I'll write multiplication, and it ends up with 50 bucks. So if we want to know what x is, we take 12% of 50. Now you should know we can't just multiply 12 times 50. 12% as a decimal is 0.12. We move the decimal point over twice to get it into a percentage format. And when we multiply that times 50, we will figure out what 12% of 50. So in multiplying through, 0.12 times 50 is 6. And our final answer here is 6. So it's really easy if you remember those three words. Is, of, and then what you're looking for, how it's represented. Going to do a couple more examples. What percent of 84 is 16.8? The word what we're looking for. There's our x. But it says what percent, so I'm going to put a percent next to it. Of is multiplication. 84 is an equal sign. 16.8. Now you need to understand how to solve an equation, and when you're in NAMS you've been through algebra, so I assume you know how to solve. If we want to get x by itself, we get rid of the 84 here, because the equal sign cuts the equation in half. So, if I want to get rid of the 84, this is times. The opposite of times is divide. I'm going to divide by 84. I'm going to divide by 84. When I divide by 84 on the left-hand side, I'm left with x percent. On the right-hand side, that turns into 0.2. Now, you're not done here. Excuse me, 0.2. Because we need to now convert 0.2 from a decimal into a percent, because it says x percent is 0.2. So we got to remember, how do we turn a decimal into a percent? Well, we move the yes, that's correct, decimal to percent. We move the decimal point twice to the left and insert a 0 wherever we need to. 0.2 is the same thing as 20%. And yes, 20% of 84 is 16.8. Easy stuff, guys. Same thing. We're just remembering our words and then putting it in place. Here we go. Try another one. 18% of what number is 36? 18%. We'll write that out. 18%. Of was multiplication. It says what number? Well, the number we're looking for right here is our variable. That's x. Is an equal sign. And 36. To make this work, I will convert 18% to a decimal by moving the decimal point back 2 places. This becomes 0.18 times x equals 36. And now we solve. And once again, to solve a linear equation, we've got to get everything off of the side that X is on. Well, on this side, there's a 0.18 that's got to go, and I see multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. I will divide by 0.18 to produce my answer. What I do, 36 divided by 0.18 ends up being 200. That's why our answer here, X, is 200. And yes, 18% of 200 is 36. Last one, a little practical application, a restaurant problem. So, if you've got a bill of $38.75 and you want to leave a 20% tip, which you should, I'm a former waiter, and that's a good tip. Make sure you take care of those waiters. What should you be paying? So here we go. Let's just do it the way we did it before. What is? Well, what is what we're looking for? That's X. Is still an equal sign. A 20% tip, well, that's 20%, on a restaurant bill of his multiplication, $38.75. Well, all right, 20% as a decimal is 0.2, and when we multiply that times, and again, I got the 0.2 from moving the decimal point back 2 places, times 38.75. Take your calculator and multiply 0.2 times 38.75. It should produce a result of 7.75. Since this is a real application, we're talking about money, a dollar sign is necessary. You should be giving that waiter a $7.75 or 75-cent tip.